Good morning, guys. Getting a slow start to the day, but we are still decently early this morning because Duncan and I are home alone. And did you find something already? What did you find? Where is he? Oh, he's pretending to be a surveillance camera this morning. Wonder if he can rotate on a swivel. If he can turn around and find us. Well, there he is. You found him. And he's only got a, what, how many more times? One more time? Because tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and then he goes back, doesn't he?
Yes.
And then it's
Christmas.
woo! Well, it is quite a little while later. It is time to have a little bit of lunch. I completely forgot to mention. I think I forgot to mention. I'm off work today, so I've pretty much just been kind of sitting around lounging, working on stuff for XDA. I've said that I was going to work on the XDA videos last night. Very, very clearly did not happen. After I finished up the vlog, I kind of lounged out. I started getting stories in order. I put stuff into Google Keep. Fairly certain that the end of the year wrap-up video for XDA is literally just going to be, I open up Google Keep, I look down occasionally. Yep, that's what the next topic is. Let's talk about that for a minute. Okay, that's the next topic. Let's talk about that for a minute, and then done with the video. And I've gone ahead this morning and got all of my stories in order for the news video, so all I have to do is run my little script against it, and that'll put me right in the right place. I still haven't updated my script. I meant to update it to add in the ability to do screenshots, automatically do screenshots for me. Haven't done that yet, but that's okay. It takes a lot of extra stuff because I'm running it on a Windows machine, so I have to install Ruby libraries to work with screenshotting to... It's a mess. But for the time being, I think we probably ought to have a bit of quick lunch. You ready for some lunch? Lunch. And I completely forgot. Just happened to look down at my calendar. I have a phone call with Altspace VR this afternoon. This day is going to become very, very tight very quickly, but I think we can do it. If I go ahead, we have some lunch right now, start working on the XDA, the end of the year video, I think I'm going to go ahead and do first, and then I'll do my scripting for the news video and start working on that. Trying to get in touch with my parents to see when they're planning to come in. I thought they were coming tonight. I don't really know. If they were to come in this afternoon and take Duncan out to do stuff, that would actually make video making a little bit easier, but I suppose we will see. And he is just ready. He's dancing. Let's eat some food. Hey, wait. We're in the car. What are we doing in the car? We're going on a super secret mission. Where are we going?
Little Caesars.
Oh, we're going out for lunch. We're going to go pick up pizza. Duncan decided he wanted pizza for lunch, and Little Caesars, we can get one for $5. We'll do that. Not a sponsor. Oh no, he just reminded me that Mommy's gonna end up seeing these clips. We'll cut all that out. We're going to the horse. We're gonna go look at horse. All of the horse.
Yeah.
We're not gonna eat a horse.
No.
Thank you. Have a good day. You ready for some pizza? Yeah!
Super pizza.
Super healthy secret pizza. Well, it is later in the day at this point. It's actually about 1:30, and haven't gotten quite as much accomplished as I really wanted to, unfortunately. I do have the phone call coming up with Altspace VR here in just a few minutes. Hopefully, I don't know how long it's going to take or what that's even going to cover. They want to talk about potential programming options in the new year. Basically, once the baby's here and everything's sort of established, what can we do together? What can we do collaboratively? They're talking about sending me out an Oculus VR headset, so that's cool, the Oculus DK2. But now that I've heard something about Oculus actually moving to more consumer production level stage, so maybe that'll be a thing. And I know HTC Vive is supposed to be consumer ready potentially in April of this next year, so I may actually pick one of those up. I don't know. You guys know I did it. You know, I've been going back and forth with y'all in the comments. Late last night, while I was editing the video, actually I think it was while I was rendering it, I was continuing to go back and forth on the camera. I bought it. I went ahead and just did it. According to Amazon, looking at the order itself, the camera itself was $422, the microphone was $175, and each of those items are things that I can do videos about, that I can do reviews about. Moving in the direction of the Panasonic opens me up to being able to purchase and review better lenses for that, so that opens up a whole new side of video making. And the Audio-Technica opens itself up wide for this thing that's directly over my head, being able to compare to that, being able to, actually it I think comes with a dead cat, so in terms of being able to go out and about and do videos on the go, that might work really well with it. I'm seriously tempted. I'm not going to use it for this channel, but I'm seriously tempted to do one video with it. Like one day, one full day with the Panasonic G7. Do the entire day in 4K, pull a full Casey Neistat. You know, I've got the Gorilla Pod. I've got this big, massive Gorilla Pod that I picked up super duper cheap around Black Friday. Stick the G7 on that and just walk around holding this big, long Gorilla Pod out in front of me with not a DSLR, but a mirrorless camera on top of it. I think it would make for some really interesting video. It might have to be on one of those days where I'm not going out to many places. I don't know if I'd want to carry that into a store or anything. Carrying this thing into a store is not such a big deal. Anyway, I've got to get back to video making. It sounds like I'm really upset about it. I'm not. But Duncan and I have just been kind of hanging out. We had our super secret pizza, and he was so happy with that. You know, we went in there, and when it was lunchtime, I said, "What do you want to have?" He said, "Mini corn dogs." I said, "You already had that yesterday. You don't need it again." He said, "Well, how about pizza?" So I went to pull out, we've got frozen pizzas, little tiny ones that he can have. I said, "Wait a minute, let's make this special. Let's make this a happy time." I said, why don't we go out to Little Caesars? We'll buy, it's a $5 pizza that we can share, and we had leftovers. We had plenty of leftovers, so that could make a whole other meal for somebody today, tomorrow, whenever. So that was just a great experience. I did also have a chance to talk to my dad. Apparently they're going to be coming in late tonight, like not late, but after dinner tonight. So they will be here this evening and then all day tomorrow. And I don't know if they're leaving tomorrow or if they're leaving on Christmas Day. I'm just gonna have to see. They said something about taking Duncan out to the movies tomorrow. So actually, if they do that, depending on Christina, I may end up being able to make more videos tomorrow. That's the thing. I as much as I want to celebrate the holidays, and I'm going to be doing that all day Christmas Day, if I can get a little bit of time in beforehand and even after, before the baby comes, I'm going to just hammer away trying to make videos constantly because I have so many videos that need to be finished, and I'm not going to have any time once the baby's here. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to make videos when the baby's here. I know I'm going to have a little bit of time here and there while he's sleeping, and there's going to be times after everybody goes to bed, but there's going to be so many just interruptions. It's going to be painful. So I've got to try to get as much done as possible. I've got to be more efficient. Back to work right now. Awesome progress made. It is now, actually it's already 3 o'clock. Wow. I got don't even know what I said last time. Had the call with Altspace VR. That was an excellent call. Honestly, when I was setting it all up, when I was talking to them about it, I didn't know what I was going to end up talking to them about. But after I just got on the call with them, I started thinking, and it was just sort of, you know, stream of consciousness, letting my mind flow. I actually had I think I had some really good ideas. And Lisa, the lady I was talking to on the other end of the phone from Altspace, seemed to think they were pretty decent ideas as well. One of the suggestions that I put forth, which we may actually, you and I guys, may be able to try out next month, is to do sort of an AMA. Not even an AMA, just sort of a live hangout. But instead of doing a live hangout the way that I've seen them do it in the past, which works, it gets the job done, the way that they normally do it is they have one person come in Altspace as a avatar, and they'll stand there and they'll talk. And there's people that'll just stand around as their VR alter avatars, and they'll listen to them. And that gets the job done, but it lacks the personability. It lacks the realism. So what I was suggesting as this can technically be done right now kind of thing would be to do a Google on-air hangout. So basically a live hangout on air, public event, plaster that up on one of the walls in Altspace so that like you can see me in my camera live interacting, but for me to be controlling one of the avatars inside of Altspace as well. So I'm moving around, I'm able to see the people, I'm able to get up close to them while they're talking, maybe switch my live camera back and forth between my screen showing what's going on, and then back to myself so you can see me talking, me answering things. Obviously not really something that's going to be a huge hit for me and my audience, my viewers, but it could be something that's interesting. And I could actually see it being a really, really big popular thing for much more popular people, for YouTubers that are really popular, for celebrities, to be able to do that sort of live Ask Me Anything scenario and have that live interaction with people with their virtual selves, but not have just virtual face to virtual face, have real face to sea of virtual faces. Walking too fast. To go along with that, I threw out the idea of, right now in Altspace VR, you've got the ability to do voice chat. You immediately have your microphone enabled, you're able to talk back and forth to anybody else in the room. I think it would be really cool if you could initiate video conversation, such that you and I are standing here back and forth in VR. We can see our alternate selves, our avatars. I keep wanting to say VRs of ourselves, and that's not it. But we can see our avatars of ourselves to be able to click on that person and say, initiate video chat. And then in front of my face in VR pops up a video screen from my webcam. And then the same happens for you, for me. I think that would add another level of the VR experience and make it that more immersive, sort of, where you can really interact with that person, see what that person is doing. That obviously leads to some not so nice things, but it could also be just a really nice experience. I also threw out the suggestion, they keep coming back to Dungeons & Dragons and tabletop gaming. And I said, well, you know, one of my favorite tabletop games, and this is going to be terrible, is Cards Against Humanity. And as soon as I said that, she screamed. Apparently that was the word. That was the hot button word. So I'm hoping that they're going to take my thoughts on that I would love to see Cards Against Humanity in VR, especially if you could combine it with video, but that's sort of two different things there. But if you could go into VR, into like a hangout tavern of some sort, or into a living room type scenario where you're sitting around a table and you can hand out cards and you can look at your deck of cards or look at your hand of cards and pick out things and pass them over to the other person, that would just be so neat. And another way to do something like that without having to be in person. There's already things like Hangouts Against Humanity where you can play online with other people doing that. I just thought that would be kind of an interesting thing, and that's something I would like to see myself doing in VR. They also mentioned, hopefully sometime right after the new year, they're going to be sending out the Oculus DK2, Developer Kit 2, to me, to test. I think it's a loaner, so I'll have to send it back eventually. But it's something I'm going to be able to get my hands on so that I can actually do stuff in VR without having to use what they call the 2D interface. So I'll be able to interact with people live through my eyes. That's super, super cool. So I'm really looking forward to where this goes. Anyway, in amongst all of that, I managed to get the XDA end of the year video filmed, edited, and uploaded. I got the TronSmart giveaway video filmed, a little bit of the B-roll filmed. I still have to do the full-on testing part of the video, but I've got all the rest of it filmed and edited. I have to throw a little bit of B-roll into the rest of the video, but it's a super short giveaway video. XDA is going to be giving away 30. I'm going to say that again, 30 of these TronSmart Quick Charge 2.0 5-port, there you go, adapters. So be on the lookout for that video. It should be going up in the next 2 weeks, next week maybe, I don't know. But that video is getting close to being done. I've also gone ahead and run my script. I've got all my stories planned out. I just have to go ahead and script that out very, very quickly so I can film here in a little while to get that video done. I'm gonna have filmed 3 videos for XDA today. So then I have 1 more for XDA to do next week, and I will be done for the year with that. So many videos going on, and I'm making progress. And Duncan has been a help with this. Really, the only thing Duncan has to do to help with the XDA videos is just not be in the room and not be loud. And when I filmed the wrap-up video, the end of the year video, I said, Duncan, would you mind please going upstairs for a little while, close the door, and just be kind of quiet. You can watch TV, you can play video games just for a few minutes. And he was able to do that. It took me less than 10 minutes to film the video. Then I was able to go up and tell him, you know, it's okay, thank you for that, you can come down. So he was a good boy. I appreciated that. All right, it is later in the evening and welcome home. And she's feeling kind of rough, as you might expect. It's close to baby time and rough. Lots of progress made. XDA news video done, XDA wrap up for the year video done, TronSmart video, everything filmed for it. Just have to put a little bit more B-roll into it for the opening and it'll be done. And then I'll be done with XDA videos until the very, very last of the year. So, progress. For now though, time to go grab some food. Decision made. Let us eat buffalo. Oh, good decisions were made. We both went with the shrimp po' boy. These little fried shrimp. Got the sauce on it. And I got some chips and salsa with mine. I hope she's making a mess. Good stuff. You eating, buddy? He's completely lost. There are so many TVs in here that he's lost entirely. And he's already done. Of course, after the pizza, the super secret pizza that we had earlier, I can imagine he wouldn't be terribly hungry. He didn't eat a whole lot here, but that's okay.
Mommy knew it now.
Yeah, Mommy knows about it. It's not a secret. All right, we have made it back home now, and I'm going to be a little quiet about this, but we may end up going to the hospital tonight. When we were out at Buffalo Wild Wings, Christina thinks her water may have broken. While we're here, I'm going to go ahead and start working. I'm going to try to finish up this TronSmart video for XDA. I've already got everything edited. I've got all the clips imported and everything. I've just got to put this one last little bit of, I've got 2 minutes of B-roll, and I've just got to kind of split out little bits and pieces of it for the very beginning of the video. Render that one, upload it. It'll be ready to go. Almost done. Okay, so yeah, I'm apparently going to leave those earlier clips in. We are actually getting ready to head out the door here in less than 10 minutes. While we were out at Buffalo Wild Wings earlier, Christina thinks her water may have broken or sprung a leak or something. So my parents are actually going to be here in just a few minutes. We're going to leave Duncan here with them. We are going to go to the hospital and we're going to make sure everything's okay. And if things happen, we may actually have a baby sooner than later. Yeah, we almost forgot. We're getting ready to run out the door. My parents have made it here. Thank you for coming, and thank you for coming quickly. Let's do the Advent book real quick, and then me and Mommy gotta go. That's a floppy book, isn't it?
Oh. It's a peanuts.
Peanuts? What does it say?
Snoopy takes off.
Whoa, Snoopy. You and Mommy love Snoopy.
Well, it's short.
Yep, it's nice and short. It's good for bedtime, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go. We've made it to the hospital. Christina is already inside. I'm rushing to get in there, but there's no real rush. She's had a couple of contractions on the way here. Let's do this. We're here. Are you ready? It's a thing. It's gonna happen eventually. Okay, we've gone through the whole registration ordeal again. We're in the little exam room. Christina's getting ready. She's gonna be getting ready to get checked out here in a minute. I'm sure we will let you all know what happens as it happens. I've already gone ahead and asked her ahead of time, and she said if there's anything I don't want you to film, I will specifically say turn the camera off or stop filming. So if she does that, that will of course all get cut out. All right, it is a little while later. It's actually right at 9 o'clock. The nurse just took off. So far, everything's looking good. We got good heart rate, feeling good, still feeling here. Yeah, so they're gonna go call her doctor, and hopefully he'll be here in a little bit to check everything out, and we'll be back in touch. We'll keep updating this thing happen. My phone's going nuts. No real updates. I've come to the realization that I've apparently entered dad mode, because I've suddenly gone into I remember all of the facts, all of the details, all the little minutia, so that when they're asking questions and going back and forth, I'm like, July 4th, 1976. No. I know exactly what's going on and when it happened. We're ready. You may not be ready. She was saying just, what was it, last night? No. You ready? The night before, you ready for him to come out? And the vlog just went up, so he must have heard. I keep saying that he didn't want to miss Christmas. He didn't want to miss his Christmas presents. He didn't want to miss Santa. So we did finally get to see the doctor. The doctor said, still not really sure, might be in labor. We're going to stay here in this little triage room for another hour, and then they're going to check again and see if there's any progress that's been made. If things keep progressing, we may be here for a while. All right, a little bit later, half hour later, made a quick run out to the car, so I'm kind of wet at the moment. It just decided to start downpouring the rain right as I went outside. But picked up my bag, got my laptop, got my little mobile editing station set up. She told me to do it. She told me to go, so I did. You listen when the pregnant lady tells you to do things. All right, it's very, very late now. It's after midnight. I've been sitting here. We got moved into a room, so I've been editing the vlog while stuff is going on. I'm not going to show Christina, obviously, right now. It's not a good time. Labor is happening. We are progressing. She is in a ridiculous amount of pain, so I'm trying to do everything that I possibly can to help out, and there's only so much I can do. She has called for the epidural, so epidural hopefully is coming, hopefully. But the family has been notified. Everybody is aware. Her parents are on the way. My parents are there with Duncan. Duncan is in bed, asleep. Good times. And it's looking like we're going to have a Christmas Eve baby. And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today so I can finish editing, get it all uploaded so I can focus on what's going on. We will start tomorrow's vlog like now-ish. So as always, thank you guys so much for spending the day with us for this really weird, hectic day and awesome day. And we will see you again tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye, guys.